Hello everybody, it's Matt here, Kickdynamic CEO. Thank you very much for joining our webinar. Today, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to cover our ultimate ideas to give you and to make your Black Friday the best yet. We have 11 ideas because we couldn't stop at 10, so we thought we'd do an extra bonus one to give us 11. I'm also sitting with Katie from our team here, who is going to be managing the Q&A portion of this webinar. So if you've got any questions, fire them in the Q&A and we'll get to them either during it if we can or just at the end when we've finished. She's also going to be throwing in her thoughts and suggestions as I go through. So as I said, we're going to crack on and I'm going to go through what we consider to be some really great ideas for your Black Friday email. So what exactly is Black Friday? Well, Black Friday traditionally has been a day where retailers go crazy on their deals, go crazy on their offers, and it becomes a very important trading period, actually initially from a physical store point of view. And then it's gone online, and now it's developed into a longer kind of period over the Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend, let's call it. So I'm going to be talking about some ideas that we have, and when and how you implement them, of course, will depend on when you go live with your deals. And actually, what we've got here is some great ideas before you go live, and then while you're live with your deals and what to do through that entire time. And because it is a really busy period from an email point of view, and also a very important period in your email calendar, you need to make sure that you're getting the email to work as best as it can, considering you're probably likely to send more email, and also other retailers, other companies are sending more emails. So the inbox becomes a very busy place. So keeping your email relevant, keeping it personalized, keeping it engaging can be a real challenge. So this is what these ideas are here to help. So let's get started. So before you actually go live, before what we call it in the white paper the big day, you could consider doing something known as live polling. So this is where live in an email, you're able to ask people what they're interested in, maybe the deal that they want to receive, the product that they want the most to be on discount, or even the category, which is kind of the example we've got here. They click on that image, that category, and then automatically we'll update the score to show other people opening, or the person who's clicked who reopens, where the rest of the recipients are clicking on and what is becoming really popular. This is a great way to keep engagement when you're trying to generate excitement and notifying your recipients and your customers about your Black Friday deals and your Black Friday offers. So rather than just sending a potentially a generic message that says we're going live on this day, or here's some potential offers we have, this encourages engagement. People are going to click through, they're going to be interested, they're going to see the kind of thing that you may be going live with from a deal point of view. So an excellent way to do that, but also use that click data to then personalize and show relevant products in future email. So for example, as we have here, if I click on garden, and that's what I want to receive information about or deals about, you can then use that, because I've clicked on that, to then personalize future content through the Black Friday period. Another little tip on here for an example is we've added a timer in here to say when the vote will end, because of course you want to hide this when you're getting closer to releasing your deals or afterwards. You want to be able to hide this and say, okay, I don't want anyone to vote anymore. I'm going to hide it, and that can change again all live at the time of open.
Just something to quickly add here. The percentages are live, updating live as people vote. the percentages will update, and if someone was to vote and returns the email, they'll see that they've contributed to that poll.
Excellent. All right. Should we move on to the next one? Again, before you go live with your deals, absolutely consider using the tried and tested classic countdown timer, which always works for this type of email marketing. It's going to drive excitement. It's going to generate excitement. It's going to also alert people as to when you're potentially going live with your deals, and keeps that excitement within the inbox for the period, again, where you're sending lots of email, and also your recipients are receiving lots of email. In this example, we've gone with 2 days and 3 hours, and this is a snapshot, as an example. You can start this days before, you can start it hours before you're going to go live. It's up to you around your strategy and everything involved in the kind of deals that you might have.
Yeah, so this example is counting down to the big day, but what you can do is you can automatically use a rule when Black Friday begins to then count down until the end of the day, so when the deals will finish.
Yeah, and just from a note on this as well, if you're thinking around the design, the timer, and also the message around it can be fully designed into your brand guidelines, into the rest of the email, and can fit in really well. This is what we've got here is a mock-up to show you that. Okay, again, building excitement before the big day, before you reveal your deals, and this example is a deal reveal. So this is actually my favorite personally as a way of generating excitement and a way of getting the most out of the Black Friday period. And that is where you can show, and that's what you see on the left-hand side, is this is what you show before your deals go live. So Black Friday is almost here, and then the deals are grayed out, or they're locked, they're kind of hidden away because they're not live yet, but that's what the recipient sees, and they'll feel excited, looking forward to seeing when actually the deals go live. Then with the exact same email content and the exact same tags in the Kickdynamic world, when the deals go live, when the email is opened, they're all switch. So you switch from the hero image saying Black Friday is almost here to say Black Friday is now live, they're unlocked, and then deals are displayed. Whether it's individual products or whether it's product categories with your percentage off, however you're managing the deals and how you're setting that up from a merchandising point of view, that's all possible in here. So on the left, that's before deals go live, and then on the right is when your deals are live in the same HTML, in the same email content. So you don't have to change anything here within the message. We recommend sending multiple emails as you go through before you go live, but you don't need to change anything here within the content.
You can also add an extra step here. So again, within the same email HTML template, we can add a third one. So once Black Friday is over and the deals have expired, we can add another blurred out image over the top to say these deals have now expired, but then to drive them onto your site just so you don't drop off completely.
Exactly. So there's a lot you can do here. As I mentioned, this is one of my favorite examples. And the reason is you've got to try and move away from doing a postcard kind of deal. So our deals go live tomorrow in a postcard message is, okay, you're alerting your customers about it, but you're not really doing much more beyond that from an engagement, from an urgency and excitement point of view. And what's powerful about this is, and I'm going to say it again, is that this is one HTML. So you don't have to do lots of building here. You don't get stuck in the build loop and have to do lots of editing. It is available within that one HTML. Okay, I could talk about this one for the rest of the time, but I'm going to move on.
Let's move on.
So now your deals are live. So what can we do from here? So we're now going through from deals are live to kind of when they stop. So we got a couple of suggestions here, and a couple of these suggestions are going to depend again about the type of deals that you are doing. Whether at an individual product level or an overall discounted level. this is something that we've seen a few retailers do in the past, and that's offer a deal every hour. So over a period of 12 hours, you could have 12 deals or 12 offers. And what you would do is every time the email is opened, you show the deal that is available within that hour. And then you can show a countdown timer that ticks down to how long they have left to redeem that particular deal. And a really good example when you do have lots of deals and you can swap them around through that hour. So for example, if I open this at 3 p.m., I could see the deal that's between 3 and 4. Then I open the same email at 6 p.m. I'll see a different deal that's available between 6 and 7 p.m.
Yeah, just to add another level of suspense onto this is that you could show the products that are coming up in the upcoming hours hidden, when the person can then return to the email and see that deal live.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, good. And then another suggestion on a similar path here is updating the offer that you may have throughout the day. So not necessarily every hour, but you're able to change the offer code and also the percentage in this case that you may be giving each time the email is open through the day. So for example, in this example, we're saying 20% off, use that offer code BF20, but 3 hours later, you might want to increase that to 25% or 30% off, and then you use another offer code. And I know that again, we've seen some of our customers do that, did that last year, as you go through from deals live to, as you go through the weekend and through the week, you want to increase the offer that you have. And this is the way to do that. Now, one really interesting thought here that you may be having is you might be saying to yourself, well, we actually don't know what we're going to do when we send the email out. We might change our mind depending on how sale is going, what merchandising are reporting back to us. That's fine, because you can edit this even though it's in the inbox, even though it's there. You can still go and change the image depending on what discount has been decided by the team. So again, you don't want someone to see a percentage off that's not available or that's changed. And in this case, we also have used a countdown timer to show you, and again, drive urgency to tick down to how long there is left to actually use that code. Good. So we're still thinking about through the time when your deals are live here, and this is a really advanced but a really great way again of keeping some urgency and also keeping engagement levels high. And that's where there's kind of two elements to this. The first is making sure that you don't display products that are out of stock. So as you are going on discount, you're going to be having an increase in people purchasing individual products, therefore they may sell out. You need to make sure you don't show that product anymore. And because this updates at the time of open, if you connect it to your feed, we can change a product if it goes out of stock. So that's one thing, and that's to keep the engagement high, because you don't want people to click through and can't buy something, and they become despondent. Second is to drive urgency by actually displaying how many products you have left how many you have left in stock for that product, So for example, we can have call outs. So here on the product on the left, the blender, we have 3 left in stock there, and then we have 6 left on the Game Boy, which is something I'd like actually. And then that drives urgency, because you think only 6 left, only 3 left. Your customers will want to click through and buy that. This works by connecting a feed to an image. So this is absolutely doable, something we've done before for our customers, because we're easily able to connect a feed and update the product depending on the stock levels within that feed.
Yeah, so as well as adding urgency to this, you can also add live pricing. So if pricing is going to change throughout the day, that will update live in the email, always reflecting the price that's on your website.
Good. All right. Moving through. So this is the Black Friday version of bestsellers. So what we're calling hottest products. So in an email, live at the time of open, whenever your recipient opens the email, we can display from a feed the hottest products that are being sold, being bought right now. Really, really easy. It can match exactly the same area on your website if you have it on your site. Best sellers is also another description, but we're calling it hottest products for the kind of Black Friday period. It should exactly match what's on the site, and that's actually our goal when we do this. You can call it out in any email that you send out, maybe put it near the bottom of an email, combine it with other things that we've just talked about, and it allows that throughput of product to continue to be in your email. Things that are selling out, maybe something someone hasn't thought about, or you haven't got a specific deal on that product that we talked about a minute ago, but you can bring those in.
Yeah, we see great results from these trending product bars. So whilst great to use on Black Friday, they're also a great addition to any transactional emails you're sending.
Good. All right. I'm gonna crack on because we're on we're on number 8 here. So device targeting call to actions is really interesting from an engagement point of view to implement through the Black Friday period. And the reason being is, and I know that you'll be seeing this now, is more engagement, more opens, more clicks, more purchases from mobile devices. You'll see this now, but of course through a really busy period where you are sending more email, where people are buying more, you're going to see more people opening on a mobile device. So you need to make sure that you're tailoring the call to action to match that. And in this case, what you can do is you can change the call to action to say tap to shop when anyone opens on a mobile device. And then if they open the same email, the exact same email on a desktop or a laptop, then it could be shop the collection. So the tap to shop on a mobile device is really specific to the mobile action. It doesn't have to be tap to shop. It can be actually anything you'd want it to be. We've used tap to shop with our customers in the past and seen a 15% increase in click-through rate in a mobile environment when you're changing the call to action to be specific to mobile. So the reason why we wanted to talk about this and why this is important is, and I've said it a few times, is you're going to be sending more email. Your competitors and other retailers are going to be sending more email. So anything you can do to make sure that the engagement is high and doesn't drop off during that busy time is going to really help. And this is one of those ideas. Okay, back to a kind of a per deal example here. Again, a bit more advanced, but really, really powerful. And that's showing a timer per deal. So here we're showing a product, what the discount is, and then actually have a timer that's ticking down to how long you can redeem that particular deal. So that could be in product 1, and then product 2, where the trainer is, you can have another discount, and then another timer that ticks down to how long you have left to redeem that deal. Really easy to set up actually, because you just need to know the time the deal is going to end and then put the product in. So it's driving urgency at a deal level.
So what else you can do with this is, once that timer has come to an end, is you can either switch out the image to a new deal, or you could switch to a message that says you've missed out on this deal, don't miss out on any others, and drive back to your site, or show that it's expired and drive them elsewhere. Yeah,
exactly. And because everything we're talking about here is updating at that time of open, you can exactly do that. So when the deal gets to 0, you want to swap it out with something else and allow them to click through, allow your customers to click through and do some action. Okay, 2 more to go. We mustn't forget making sure that we're, again, driving engagement and thinking about engagement, and using social and potentially user-generated content, UGC, is a really powerful way of doing that. So let's tackle social first. So first of all, you can connect your Instagram and your Twitter accounts into an email live. So every time the email is opened, the latest Instagram images and the latest tweets are pulled into an email. So actually, if you're using Instagram, for example, to release your deals as well, then they can also be put into an email really easily. So that's a really good way of of kind of connecting the two, making sure the two are mirroring each other, like the website is as well. And then the second way, which is more advanced but very powerful, is using user-generated content. And that's where you can show an Instagram image of an influencer or a follower of your brand and the product that they've purchased, whether they're wearing it or whether they're standing next to it. And then next to that, within the email, you can have the actual product that they're featuring in the Instagram image picture, and then you can click through and buy that. It's something that we call shop the look, and connecting social to be able to increase the engagement when you're running through lots of deals is going to do exactly that. So definitely something I would suggest doing it, especially as well if you run user-generated content on your website. Okay, cool. And then our bonus 11th suggestion is personalizing hero images within the email as well. So we've talked quite a lot and given suggestions quite a lot about products and the deals associated with those products, but also categories around those products. But we mustn't also forget about personalization as well. And actually, I have two suggestions here. The first one is let's personalize on a neat way around their name or around anything that you know about them within that hero message. So they're drawn to that. They know that it's something relevant to them. But generally as well, let's not forget about also personalizing everything that we've kind of covered in a way. So you may have products that are on sale that are now part of those deals. Those products should be displayed to someone based on their preference, based on their browse behavior, based on their previous purchase as well, to keep it as personalized as possible. So yeah, personalization is still very important, even though you are going to be putting a lot of products on deals and have lots of offers through that time.
And just as a little added extra, you can personalize hero images, obviously the images within the email, as Matt said, but also the call to actions. Where there's an example there, Tom tapped shop, just by adding an extra level of personalization.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, that is the 11. Thank you very much. I think we're going to take a few questions.
Yeah, we've had a few questions. We've got a few more minutes. So we've had one come through here from Jack. He has asked, how long before the deals go live should the email be sent? Yeah,
that's a very good question. And I'm going to give an answer that is, it depends. The reason I say that, it depends on your strategy. So if you know you're going live with deals midnight before Black Friday, let's use that as an example, and you're able to do the deal reveal, which is my favorite one that I mentioned that was number 3, then you could start that 7 days before, because you could build the excitement, because you're able to have an email with the locked deals in it, and then build excitement as you send email, and then also other email as well before that time. If you go live early, more of a bit of a surprise or a snapshot, then you might not be able to do that. So it does depend on your strategy. If that's a question or a thought that you are having and you want to talk it through, happy to talk afterwards about it as well, because it again builds into that email strategy.
Brilliant, thank you. And then we also have one here from Deepa, quite a specific one here. Where does the live poll click through to?
Normally it would click through to the product page or the category page that you may be asking the question on. So for example, if you're saying what category do you want to see our deals in, garden, homeware, or clothing, then each one of those will click through to that actual landing page on your site. So as well as creating interactivity and engagement within an email, because you can see where people are voting, it'll also still direct people through to the website, so you don't miss that, that kind of path through.
Brilliant. With an eye on time, we'll call it there.
I think so. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking time out. We will follow up with any further answers to questions that have come in. and also a copy of actual Black Friday white paper that we've covered. And if anything else, if you have any questions, anything I've covered, please get in touch with myself or Katie.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.